Welcome to News Today with WDW News Today. I'm Nathan Hartman, filling in for Tom Corliss, who is reporting from Tokyo. We start today's show with some Disney Parks merchandise news out of San Diego Comic-Con. Funko revealed at the con a line of Haunted Mansion items, including the ever-popular Pop vinyls, mystery minis, and even t-shirts. The minifigures include the likes of the hitchhiking ghosts and a singing bust, while the large Pop figures have Madame Leota, the bride, the mummy, and the opera singer. These 4 Pops joined the previous Ezra in a Buggy Pop released last year. Over at Hollywood Studios, Toy Story Land has just celebrated its first anniversary, but that doesn't mean there aren't a few new surprises up and running in the land. Over at Alien Swirling Saucers, we recently spotted the interactive queue elements in full operation for the first time. There are 2 interactive elements while walking through standby: a large light board responding to guests pushing a red switch, and a spinning mural of Buzz Lightyear's space adventures that can be turned with a large knob. Lastly, there is a power tower that lights up every 10 minutes, causing the overhead queue lights to flicker. It does appear that there might be another element or 2 that have yet to be installed, so we'll keep you and all you Space Rangers posted with what might happen. Also happening at Hollywood Studios are annual Passholder previews for Galaxy's Edge. These previews will take place at select times August 17th through the 21st and are only available to Platinum, Platinum Plus, and Premier Pass holders. While Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run, Oguz Cantina, and Savvy's Workshop will be available, attendees for the preview may not be able to experience all the land's offerings during the event. For those lucky enough to enjoy the preview, keep an eye out for an email from Disney on how to register. Things are not all fun and games, though, at studios, as recently a guest was removed after punching a cast member in the face at Twilight Zone Tower of Terror. According to Orange County Sheriff's Office, the incident occurred July 13th when a 23-year-old guest in the FastPass queue learned that she didn't have a valid FastPass for the attraction. The guest became verbally aggressive and began pressing ride operation buttons on the cast member's podium. The cast member alerted security, and when she asked the guest to stop, she was reportedly punched in the face. The guest's actions did not affect the ride operation, and while the cast member had minor swelling, they did not press charges. But a friendly word of warning, something you won't find in any guidebook. The next time you want to check into a deserted hotel on the dark side of Hollywood, make sure you know just what kind of fast passes you're holding, or you might find yourself permanently kicked out of the Twilight Zone. Let's head on over to Magic Kingdom, where Disney has just announced some enhancements for this year's upcoming Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. The traditional Halloween parade, which is presented twice nightly during the event, will now feature a few new additions. For one, the Haunted Mansion bride will be gliding among the waltzing spirits this year as part of the attraction's float. And while a new Tomorrowland unit has been planned, including floats for Incredibles and Toy Story, those floats might look a little familiar as they are recycled from other experiences. The Incredibles vehicles are from last year's Tomorrowland Expo, while Buzz's is actually an old Jack Sparrow float repurposed. Finally, the smaller alien saucer vehicles were once used for the Pixar Play Parade in California. If you want to catch the parade, the Halloween party kicks off, and yes, this is true, August 16th, and you'll be able to catch it until November 1st. Starting July 29th, the entrance procedure for the Magic Kingdom will see some adjustments as Disney gets underway to streamline pathways to help guests confusion as they prepare for influx of guests for the 50th anniversary. Thanks to a permit filed with the South Florida Water Management District, we see that several notable structures will be demolished in the enhancement process, including the current temporary security checkpoint and canopies for gold, green, and red launch boats. The current security checkpoint will be expanded and made permanent, while the northmost bus turnaround will be shrunk and the gold boats will be moving to the south. Green space will also be used to help the streamlining of the pathways and to help wayfinding towards ferries, boats, and monorails. Speaking of monorails, a park guest is suing Disney for over $15,000 in damages over an incident that took place when the monorail stalled. According to the guest, she and her daughter were on Monorail Lime on June 10th when it stalled for 20 minutes. When the windows were opened with the authorization from a cast member, the suit claims that a window shattered and cut her 5-year-old daughter in the face, requiring stitches. Disney plans to respond to that claim in court. Over at Epcot, work on multiple shows will begin soon. According to a permit filed with the Orange County office, work related to AV and control installation and termination is to occur at addresses that coincide with the upgrades for O Canada and the installation of the Beauty and the Beast sing-along in France and the film Awesome Planet over at the Land Pavilion. O Canada is set to close in August and will also be used as a festival marketplace for the Epcot International Food and Wine Festival in the meantime. All three films will be ready for the 2020 Epcot Festival of the Arts as part of that festival's overarching festival theme, which is film. From World Showcase to the actual world, let's look at a few things happening in the parks internationally. Over at Walt Disney Studios Park in Paris, their Tower of Terror will be seeing randomized drop sequences, added storyline elements, and sound visual cues, all added to the show by September 28th. According to Disney, the new story elements will feature an iconic character already present in the attraction. We'll keep you posted when more information on these effects come out. Over in Tokyo yesterday, Disney Sea's very own version of Soarin' opened, making it the fourth in the world. And while its ride video is mostly a variation on Soarin' around the world, the queue and the story surrounding the ride is far different. The backstory behind the attraction is that guests are going to the Museum of Fantastic Flight, where a current exhibit honors Camellia Falco, a member of the fabled Society of Explorers and Adventurers. Inside the pre-show, Falco's portrait comes to life and invites you on a trip on her Dream Flyer. From there, you embark on the Soarin' Around the World ride, except for two changes. Paris has been removed and replaced with Tokyo, and the finale showcases the Disney Sea Park. Our full review and video is up on the site, so go ahead and check that out. And finishing up today, we cross back over to the Pacific to the Golden State with a bit of Star Wars news and a massive revelation on a Marvel ride to come. Over in Batuu at Disneyland, Oga has relaxed her cantina rules a little bit. While guests who wanted to try either the Cliff Dweller or Yub Nub cocktails at Oguz Cantina were once forced to also purchase the accompanying mug, you can now cut out that $30 to $40 mug purchase, as new menus suggest you can just order the cocktail. The mugs, of course, have been in high demand, and perhaps this will help make sure that guests who really want them will have them available for purchase. Lastly, we here at WDWNT have released some concept art featuring the ride vehicle for the upcoming SpiderMan attraction that will swing into California Adventure and the Walt Disney Studios Park in Paris. Most likely, this art will officially be released at the upcoming D23 Expo, but hey, why wait that long? As you can see for yourself, the art showcases red and blue pod-like vehicles in an industrial loading area that features the insignia of the Worldwide Engineering Brigade, or WEB for short, and even Stark Motors. The attraction is reportedly in 3D, but will also tout some practical effects and will reportedly provide guests with a way to interact with the environment. For more information on these stories and the upcoming D23, head on over to WDWNT.com. If you're enjoying the show, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and click that bell for notifications. For the worldwide leader in Disney Parks news, this is Nathan Hartman saying enjoy the rest of your today and have a great, big, beautiful tomorrow.